Hey tubes, Redneck Brian here. Okay, time has come to do some work on the Craftsman LT2000. I'm actually going to be doing one upgrade to it and putting something on it that this thing should have had from the factory. And let me show you what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be putting on a voltage gauge and an oil pressure gauge and change the oil. Got all the stuff to change the oil. So that's what I'm going to be working on. I went out just to use this thing earlier, and it would not stay running. So I have no idea what's up with that. Hopefully it's just some error in the fuel line, and once I fire it back up again, when I'm done doing this transformation, hopefully it will run better. So I hadn't used this thing in about 2 weeks, so I'm thinking there's a bubble in the fuel line or something that was causing it not to run correctly. I'm hoping that's all it is. So if you remember from a previous video, I did show that this does have a fuel pump fitting, or sorry, not fuel pump fitting. This has a oil pressure fitting. Let me see if I can find it here. There it is, right there. It's right there on the other side of the oil filter. Hopefully I can get it all off and converted without pulling the carb off. But if I have to pull the carb off, it's no big deal. But what I'm going to do first is the gauges are going to be going right here on either side of the steering wheel. So I'm going to take the steering wheel off, take this plastic piece off, just so I got a little bit more room to work around there. The wiring is going to be very simple. I'm not going to be cutting anything. All I'm going to do is I'm going to tap off the power feed and the switch feed coming out of the headlight switch. The power feed is constant power when the ignition's on, or say whenever it's running. It's a constant running voltage. So I will be able to just come off of that, and that will power the voltage meter, and then the switch source will be the headlights, which will turn on the headlights and which will turn on the backlight for the gauges. I'm thinking that's how I'm going to wire it, or I might wire it that it automatically comes on the key on power, which I will have to cut a wire to do that, or skin it back a bit and run it into there. Either or, I haven't yet fully decided what I'm going to do. But it involves first getting that battery out, or at least getting it out enough that I can figure out which wire is the live wire whenever it's running. I believe it would be the red one, and then the blue goes out here. Not sure because it's black right there. Not 100% sure which one the live wire is. Yeah, it's all different colored wiring right here as well. See, it's red right there, so I'm thinking it is the red wire. But hopefully I can get this thing to run right. It just sounds like it's not getting gas. Hopefully it's not the fuel pump. It's a brand new fuel pump. And it wasn't a China one either, so it was actually a made in USA fuel pump. So hoping it's not the fuel pump. So stay tuned. And okay, I got both clusters in. As you can see, the mounts are in. I got the holes drilled for the oil pressure line and the power lines. I'm most likely putting the voltage on the right, oil pressure on the left. I also found out that I knew these wires were here, but I didn't know 100% what they did. I got this blue one right here that is capped off. It's a running power feed. Then I also have this black one here, which is not capped off, which is a ground. So those actually are going to run the voltage gauge, so I do not need to tie off the headlights. I'm just going to use these two wires here. And then also it has this wire right here, which is double capped, and it's a constant power feed wire. So no matter what, it always has power. So they did some good things in here. So I think with that constant power feed, you could run that to the headlights if you want constant power at your headlights. So instead of having them run off the stator, which I don't really mind them running off the stator, it doesn't really bother me too much. I don't plan on basically flicking the headlights, putting the key in, flicking the headlights on this thing for light out here. If I need that, I got the tractor right there, or I can bring out my 12 volt searchlight. So yeah, anyways, it's getting there. As you can see, I still got the steering wheel off. I got to grease that spindle there. It was a little bit tough to get off, so I was putting some grease on. I'll put some grease on that, which will help it, and will prevent it from seizing. But if you remember, just after I bought this, I believe I did a video of this, I had to adjust the steering wheel because the guy had it off, I believe to help get it in his truck. And I had the steering wheel was loose, so I put some Loctite on there, and heck, that Loctite works good. That was pretty hard to get off. The bolt was pretty tight, which is a good thing, which I rather obviously have it tight than loose. So next step will be to put the gauges in. I'll leave the steering wheel off till I'm fully done, and I'll get the oil pressure line ran up to the engine, and I don't think it will take too much to put that on the engine. The only thing I kind of pissed off about, I do not have the hose that fits here. I don't have the original one, that is. I have one that should work, and I gave the guy the one that I had on my Troy. So basically, it's a quick drain. I don't mind these. I know people have had problems with these. I've never had a problem with one of these quick drains. So I don't know. It's just I always make sure mine are tight, or what. Some people have problems with them, and I will be doing the oil change on this. It seems to be running a bit better. I had it running just before I disconnected the battery, just to search out these wires, make sure that this was a running power feed, which it is, like I said, and just test out a couple other wires, and it seems to be running okay. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that, because 2 weeks ago I cut my friend's back lawn and it ran fine. So I don't know, but as you can see, it's out of commission. I don't really want to leave it out of commission for too long, just in case if he needs his lawn cut again. A friend of mine, he has a what is it? I think it's a Troy built. It's a piece of junk. It's a similar body style to my Redneck Racer over there, or the soon-to-be Redneck Racer. So anyways, that's pretty much it for now, and stay tuned. Okay, update time again. Gauges are both in, and the voltage is functioning. I'm just about to do the oil pressure, and I probably going to end up changing the oil at the same time, might as well. So I'm just going to demonstrate this for you. As you can see, voltage came right up. The backlight is working, but it's just hard to see because it's fairly bright out here. It does come on with the headlights, and the voltage gauge does rev right up to right around 14 volts on full charge, so it's working pretty good. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to do the oil pressure next. It's going to take a bit. This is on this side of the engine. It's pretty tight, like I said before. So stay tuned. Okay, tractor is now finished. As you can see, here's a little plug for the old oil pressure, where the sending unit would go, and the lines are done. As you can see, there's the line right there, and it's full of oil. I'll fire this up for you. I do got the jumper pack on it, just because I was cranking it a bit, just so I get some oil pressure up, and it actually came up immediately. This is a little bit I had to cut off, so here it goes. Voltages are good. As you can see, the oil pressure came up just a little bit over 50 at almost full rev. I think this has similar to, and my jump pack just fell, no big deal. Similar to the GM vehicle, you gotta excite the coil before you get charging. So it kind of seems that way. Because at idle, it's only idling at, or so the idle voltage is only a little over 12. And that went up over 14. So there you go. It runs. It's finished. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna fire it back up so I can change the oil. Just let it run on low idle, and change the oil, and this thing's ready for winter. So talk to everyone later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment.